Don't roll these credits. I want the game over, but I also like, oh, that's like 6 days skip. Dude, I don't know how this game is gonna end. In the days that followed, tension gripped the nation like never before. Grelia Fortress annihilated. A photo of the gaping chasm left where Grelia Fortress once stood made the Imperial Chronicles front page, and the sight of the aftermath was enough to fill the citizens with a sense of inescapable dread. All the while, unconfirmed reports that several armored divisions had attempted to invade Crossbell had begun to spread, and in every one of the reports the message was the same: they'd been repelled almost effortlessly. Words. Erebonia was starting to feel the effects of the IBC's asset freeze, too, and things didn't look too good for the economy. As things stood, it was only a matter of time before we faced a spike in corporate bankruptcies and record unemployment. Faced with the crisis, the Imperial government and officials of Heimdall began working to remedy the situation. Rumors were also spreading that Erebonia's longtime enemy, the Kalvar Republic, had thrown its weight behind Crossbell. And with the fortress that once served to safeguard the Empire gone, many speculated that an invasion was only a matter of time. This ticking sound.
I can't take this anymore. Where is she? Homeroom was supposed to start ages ago.
Why are you worried about homeroom at this point?
I'm not surprised she's late. The instructors are probably all busy trying to figure out what to do.
That seems more than likely. This morning's meeting has already blown past its normal ending time.
It's still hard for me to believe all of this is really happening. Having been there, the idea that Gorelia Fortress just vanished is difficult to comprehend.
Not all of it, I heard. There are still some parts left and almost untouched. But Instructor Neidhart making it out of there alive was nothing short of a miracle, though.
Okay, you saved me, Falcom. I thought Neidhart was gonna die and I would have cried. But he seems to be alive.
Those huge railway guns were part of the section that's gone too. If I hadn't seen the pictures, it'd be kind of hard to believe.
What kind of weapon is even capable of doing something like that?
A tank, probably.
I find myself doubtful that any human could create something so powerful.
We just don't know.
All we do know is that it's impossible to make a weapon that powerful even with today's most advanced orbital technology.
And yet here we are, with just such a weapon in the hands of what's always been seen as a mere vassal state. The Imperial Army has their work cut out for them, I'll say that much.
I'm worried about what's going on in the capital, too. It sounds like there have been even more demonstrations going on there these past few days.
Down with Crossbell, they say. Point our guns towards the east. Is there even any truth to those rumors that Calvard's planning an invasion?
I'm pretty sure it's all nonsense, but considering how there have been tensions between us and them for years, people are just more inclined to believe it.
Rumors are just that. We need to be careful not to be misled by half-truths and speculation. If possible, we should find out exactly what's happening for ourselves.
Yeah. Over the year, we've seen how things are across the Empire with our own eyes. Now's as good a time as any to put that knowledge to use.
Well said. We've had quite the education in getting to the truth behind all the headlines.
That seems to have been a running theme of most of our field studies.
Still, we seem to be missing two of our illustrious members.
I just noticed Crow and Milliam weren't here. I mean, Milliam's with the Iron Bloods, probably.
Strange about Crow's habitual truancy, or did he already transfer back to his original class?
No. He said he was going to be with us through the end of the month. As for Milliam, though, I'm not sure.
She's probably with the Iron Bloods.
You don't think it's something to do with the intelligence division, do you?
Could be, yeah.
Well, she is an agent of theirs.
It's kind of easy to forget that, given how she usually is.
It does concern me that none of us have seen her.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, Instructor.
Are we starting homeroom?
How on earth is this game gonna end? I have no clue. Which character did you pick for the bonfire? I chose Fee.
Not today, I'm afraid. All classes have been canceled.
Yo, class has been canceled. Let's go home, everyone. Have some fun.
You can either stay here in the building and study until school's out, or go back to the dorm.
Study? Sarah, you don't know me at all. Why would I study?
So wait,
Has something happened?
Not yet, but it will. Chancellor Osborne's going to be addressing the nation from Dreikel's Plaza at noon. It's set to be broadcast across the entire Empire.
A national address?
Sounds pretty serious. And given the timing,
Indeed. It's not hard to imagine what's on his agenda.
By the way, I do want to say this really quickly. I chose Fee. However, the game only gave me 3 options of who to choose for the bonfire. I'm assuming it's every character you got a max bond with. My options were Elliot, Husis, and Fee. So I obviously chose Fee because she was the only waifu. But, not saying I dislike Fee or anything. Stick around for the credits. I'll talk about my rankings of the characters because Fee is great. I don't know if she's my all-time favorite girl, but I will reveal that when the credits roll. Fee is up there, though. I do like her a good bit.
Come on, guys. Straighten up. You're students of Thor's Military Academy, and that makes you all cadets. Whatever careers you choose, military or civilian, you need to know how to act decisively in an emergency. So right now, I don't want you to look away from what's happening in the world. I want you to face it straight.
Is there another final boss? Was Lower Erbonius not the final boss? I'm starting to think they're gonna put something as a fight. Like, I don't really see how the game's gonna end at this point. They're bringing another conflict, and it's either they end at a cliffhanger or they give us like a final fight.
Will do.
you're right. Now's not the time to lose heart.
As for Osborne's speech, apparently we'll be setting up radios in each classroom so the students can listen to the national address. So if you want to follow along, be sure to be back here by noon.
I suppose I might as well listen to it here then.
Same here. I don't even have a radio.
I do, but for something like this, I'd rather not listen to it alone.
Well then, we can all share in the joy of hearing the melodious voice of our esteemed Chancellor. Maybe I should haul in some beer and snacks. That's the only way I'll stay sane through the entire broadcast.
What should we do about Crow and Milliam, though? None of us have seen either of them all day.
Do you know where they are?
Can't say I do. Crow's practically made a career out of playing hooky, but I did see Milliam earlier this morning.
Oh, so she's still on campus?
At least that means she wasn't called away by the intelligence division.
I'd been thinking along those lines, but when I asked her, she just shrugged and said, "No news from the top." I doubt she's wandered off too far.
Spot on Milliam impression, by the way.
Yes, but lest you forget, she excels at giving us the runaround.
At least it doesn't sound like she's in trouble. We're probably worried over nothing.
We'll just have to tell them we're meeting here at noon if we run into them before then.
Yeah, will do.
I'm like excited, but also like worried we're gonna get cliffhangered. But also not worried.
Everyone's going to check in with their clubs.
Not also worried because I can play Cold Steel 2 literally right after.
Looks like I have some free time. Might as well see if I can track down Crow and Milliam. At least it sounds like Milliam is probably somewhere on campus. Crow, though, he could be anywhere. Probably best to check with Toa and George first. Maybe they know something.
Dude, I thought this game would be over by now. It's wild that I'm still playing this game. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like say like, ugh, the game is bad, I want to be done with it. Quite the opposite, in fact. I just really want to play Cold Steel 2.
I still can't believe there's a weapon out there powerful enough to level Gorelia Fortress like that. I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns.
Yeah, having seen the railway guns, I can't hardly believe it myself.
Chat, I heard something in my kitchen. I don't know if that went through my mic. Give me just 1 second. I have to go check and see if something happened. I will be right back. Sorry about that, chat. There was like a rainstorm, so I heard something and I was like, dude, what was that? I don't know if it went through the mic. If it did, I'm sorry. There's a question in chat. Is this your first Trails game or have you played any of the prior ones? Technically, this is my first Trails game. I played Trails in the Sky. I played Trails in the Sky like way back when. I made it like 2 hours in, but never really continued it. Then I played this game in like, I played this game around the release date. I made it like 10 to 15 hours in, never finished it. So technically I played like the first 10 hours of this game before this playthrough. But this is my first Trails game like to the end. I don't really count Trails in the Sky because that was a really long time ago. That was a really long time ago, Trails in the Sky, and I only made it 2 hours in, and I remember literally nothing except Estelle and Joshua or characters. So, technically speaking, yes, this is my first Trails game.
There are rumors that whatever that weapon is, it's managed to fend off the armored divisions several times, too.
Still, I can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up some things around here. This is a military academy, after all. Who knows? You might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me. Could be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered.
Oh, don't say that, George.
Well, no point stressing out too much about the future till we're there. I didn't mean to be a downer about it. Go on and listen to the broadcast, but don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future. But anyway, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today.
Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he'd borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today.
Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is.
Well, knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere. Just keep looking around and I'm sure you'll run into him.
Will do.
Alright. But yeah, started here and have been hooked on the series since. This is a very good game. I have my, I have my issues with it. I mean, my issues aren't even like huge issues, they're issues. They're not really issues, they're like nitpicks. Some of them are issues, but some aren't. This is a very good game, though. I don't want to talk about it too much because we're reaching the credits. Normally, what I do in my playthroughs, when I reach the credits, I give a full-on review, talk about everything with the game, so I will hold off. If you stick around for the credits, then you could hear my opinions on the game. But so far, game is really good.
Nothing out of the ordinary has happened here in the old schoolhouse ever since that night.
I also look forward to playing the others.
We kind of ended up pushing it to the back of our minds, what with the way things have been going in Crossbell. Huh? It's unlocked. I wonder if someone's already inside.
Probably Milliam.
George is in the engineering building right now, so it can't be him. If any of the students just idly wandered in here, they'd be in real danger. I should probably take a look inside, just in case. I checked around inside of the old schoolhouse, but there didn't seem to be anyone around. But all the same, I didn't want a chance leaving anyone down there, so I decided to check the 7th floor.
Not the 7th floor. I will be surprised if there's another fight in this game. It's possible, but like, what could it be? Oh, it is Milliam.
Milliam?
Oh, Reen! Come to take a sneak peek too?
Is this where you've been the whole time? You do know we have class, right?
Oh. Dang, I knew I was forgetting something.
Honestly. So, what's piqued your interest? It doesn't look like this thing has anything in common with Aragetlum.
I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it might, at least a little. Not the same, but like they share some kind of underlying principle.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected, but now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Chancellor Osborne? Did he know there was something like this here?
Not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself, and said to let him know if anything unusual happened. Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
You've never been good at keeping stuff confidential.
So, the Chancellor has an interest in our quaint old schoolhouse, does he? We did just find out that Captain Claire is a Thor's graduate, but...
Hey, what you thinking about?
say, Milliam, was investigating the old schoolhouse the reason you enrolled at the academy?
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
Something more important than this? Not sure what she's getting at. Doesn't sound like she's trying to hide something important from me, though.
Oh yeah! It's almost time for Graham's speech, isn't it? I guess I should head back and listen to him drone on.
Oh, so you already knew about that. We were all planning to listen in the classroom.
Sweet! I'll just listen with you guys then. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Nothing keeps you down for long, does it? Oh yeah, you haven't seen Crow around anywhere, have you?
Huh? Nope. Is he cutting class too?
Well, he's probably just hiding out somewhere on campus.
Guess it'd be a good idea to ask around. Mind if I come with you?
Be my guest.
Alright, that was random. Why you were here was random. Let's go, I guess. What were my links? Can I see them? Yeah, literally, okay. Yeah, my theory was right. You can only do the bonfire scene with Husis, Elliot, and Fee. Elisa, she was literally, I don't know if I would have chose Elisa over Fee, but, like, Elisa was, like, practically there. I had to link with her. If I linked with her during, like, the final dungeon in Low Erebonius, if I used her and linked her with Rain, I probably would have been able to do hers. And the other characters, a lot of them were at level 4, near level 5. Milliam was not even close. Dangerous to go this way right now? Oh, I thought I was going the right way. Apparently not. Oh, I had to go from the exit, of course. I know how to play this game. I was like a smidge short of getting Elisa's. Let's go. Oh, we just have to go to the academy. Let me see. Yeah. It's actually a little more complicated than Max Link, but you could be right. Oh, it's not only based on Link? I was guessing. I haven't played this game. This is a blind playthrough. I have no idea. I'm just looking at this. I got Fee, Husis, and Elliot as options, and they are the only characters as level 5. To me, that seems like the common denominator. Of course, I could be mistaken. I could be wrong. It could be based on Link. It could not be based on Link. I could be mistaken. I'm just basing it off. Like, that's the only common factor in the characters I was given the option for. But whatever. Point is, we did it with Fee. Ba-ba-bum. Oh, have you seen Crow anywhere?
Oh, Reem.
I figured I could find you here.
Yep. The student council will be passing out radios for every classroom, so I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too?
How could we not? He's supposed to be addressing the entire country after all.
Yeah. Whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. I don't think anyone could have imagined the relationship between Crossbell and Erebonia going south like this. I sure hope Angie's okay. What with all of this political turmoil right now.
Toa.
Sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. Angie would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyway.
That's right. We've got to focus on getting through this. Still, don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it.
Will do. Thanks. Oh yeah, why were you looking for me in the first place?
Right. I almost forgot. Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone?
Crow? Nope. I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had to go anywhere when I talked to him yesterday, at least.
Was yesterday the last time you saw him?
Yeah. He was giving me back some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close. That was nice of him, but then he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too. It's only polite to give back the stuff you borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me.
Well, that's a very Crow thing to do. But George hasn't seen him either. Maybe he went into town for some reason.
Maybe. Want to try looking around Trista for him then? I'll help.
Good idea. We're not getting anywhere just searching the academy. All right, let's get going.
Oh, But make sure you're back in your classroom by noon. Righto!
Righto indeed.